My name is Nicki Knightz. I am an artist, a rapper, a songwriter, and trying to get into styling as well. To be honest, I feel like what got me into music initially was my older brothers. Both of them made music, but the time where I started taking it a bit more serious was when I started facing stuff like mental health issues, so like depression, anxiety disorder. That's like the only way I could, fully express myself, but also almost relieve myself of everything I was feeling. I often feel like my views or like my thoughts, I don't really speak a lot in it in terms of emotions and also in terms of even everyday life. Like when I'm around new people, I find it hard to even have sometimes the most mundane conversations, and I feel like often find me like either boring or I haven't got much to say. And then I think through music, because I'm able to express so much, like it's the only way I can fully tell someone who I am, as opposed to everyday life. I can like almost make a different character, like a different personification of who I am. Like I try to differentiate like Nicole, the normal person, between Nicki Knightz, the artist. I'm able to just like use her as almost my muse and my escape, if that makes sense.
Norwich City, my mama born. Biggish house with a lovely lawn. Food cooking by the stove. Granddad watching TV while my nanny does the most. Playing with my finger, smells coming from the roast. Before I had it all, I was never one to boast.
So I like to say like my music's very like original. It's very like authentic and real and raw. Like I talk a lot about mental health issues, from like anxiety to depression. Also tackle like social issues, but I wouldn't say in like the cheesy like conventional way of tackling social issues. It's done over like really dark beats. Everything's produced in-house. It's produced by Henny from Knighthood Society, who founded it. The sound in terms of production, I know Henny was like influenced a lot from like 3 6 Mafia in terms of that like really dark, trippy like southern sound. Who influenced my sound in terms of the way I rap. I would say like the first couple rappers that I would like started getting influence from was like my brothers. So I would say they like heavily influenced my sound, like especially one of them, like just the way he raps, also the tones he uses, like the deep like husky tones. He also was like, his sound is funny enough was also influenced from B.I.G. So he used to listen to like Ready to Die like in the house all the time, and I remember he used to listen to that, come back to me and like literally start spraying the verses to me. And I really liked the way he would rap it in terms of the husky tones he would use, and that's something that I've made now my kind of thing. I mean, when I first started it was very like high pitched and a bit girly, squeaky, but then I started to use more like lower tones and more like husky kind of vibes.
A family all together and they live it clean. Mama tried your best with this.
In terms of expressing myself towards like the black community, funny enough, it's always been quite difficult. Like, reason being, I feel like myself in its entirety is often almost like put to a side, like dismissed. I mean, because I don't fit essentially what it means to be black, like in terms of like, I guess like relationships, in terms of like sexuality, how I portray myself in terms of like dress sense, like being a black female. There's one way for it to be like feminine, obviously dating men, and so forth. And my blackness, like me expressing my blackness to the black community or even myself in terms of like my identity, it's been weird as well, because because I didn't grow up like a lot around my dad's side in terms of like black elders and black aunties and stuff like that. I've often felt like a disconnect when I get around like maybe like my friends, parents or aunties and stuff like that, because it's new to me, do you know what I mean? It's new territory, whereas I've always been around just my mum and like her family, the white side. Like, I'm not saying obviously that I don't like the black side and I don't know, it's like, it's bad or anything like that, but it's just foreign to me, like it's still new territory. And everything I learned from like my black side was, funny enough, all through like my friends, like growing up in Hackney, obviously I had bare black friends, and obviously like going to their houses and stuff like that and being around their family. That's the only way I could find some sort of like, oh, okay, this is what they do it like that, they do it like that, which is a part of me, but I never was able to fully experience it like from my own family, because obviously I didn't grow up with my dad, and his family was mainly, like I said, like my mum.
So basically with Knighthood, it started out with me, Corey, and a guy named SK, just like early days. But even before like music, it was Corey and I wanting to do like a clothing brand. But I started to feel like I wanted to be able to have a voice, because I was always in this kind of misfit crowd, and at the time I wanted to show that through clothing, but I thought, you know what, we need a voice. Sometimes you can't be the silent assassin with everything. You need to, you know, kind of have that exterior extrovert. So that's when Knighthood was formed. And then fast forward, brought Nicki into the fold. It was a lot quicker than I would have thought it would have been. Nicki said she's writing a song. I hit her up, said let me hear it. The song was trash, but I like the fact that she even sent the song to me. So I was like, yo, I'm starting a group, and she's like, yeah, I'm down. Sent her with the logos. Now fast forward, I had a load of different members at the time, but as things start to get more serious, you realise not everyone's got the same vision as you. Not everyone realises how much work you need to put in to create something. So I was fortunate enough that Nicki stuck around. Unfortunately, Corey passed away as well. So he's like the logo of the brand now, that cash logo is for him. He's the face of Knighthood now. And yeah, like it was difficult at the start because no one really wanted to give us beats like that. So it was kind of, we either stick on YouTube beats and beg people to give us a sound that doesn't feel true to us, or I kind of take it upon myself to make beats and then ensure that we can craft our own image through music, you know. And yeah, like here we are really, after a couple of years.
Yeah, for me, like, prior to I met Henny and this Knighthood thing was even a thing, I was making my own music, but like I was like writing raps and whatnot. Like what he said, like he hollered me, and at the time I had that on my status writing a song to like, again, some YouTube beat. But now originally for me, when I was getting into making music, it wasn't anything serious, and like originally I didn't want to be this, you know, I didn't want to be an alternative rapper or anything like that. I just wanted to rap and very like, what's the word? Or very like, what's the sound? Like very mainstream. Like I was fitting that sound with the shit I was making. But then obviously when I met Henny and he was showing me this new sound that he was making, it made sense to me because I was like, I'm not the same as everyone that is making the same sound. Like I'm different, and obviously that's what he was showcasing to me. Like he was similar to me in terms of like personality, in terms of like even being like out there in terms of style. So I was like, okay, so that's what made me think, yeah, maybe I should try and make a different sound. So I started writing, obviously, over his beats, and then things just started clicking. Obviously I was still rapping the same way, but I feel like when you've got that production underneath it, it makes it sound way more different. Do you get what I'm saying?